Hi, I'm Jerry, and I have a problem. I apparently can't stop collecting things that I think are neat and shiny. And yeah, I've been collecting these for a little while. These are all the, well, quite a few of the TwoSun pens out there. I'd actually been waiting to do this video for one to come in, but it's taken forever to actually get here. I purchased it through their AliExpress store rather than eBay because that particular model I hadn't seen listed on eBay. So, yeah, we got a whole bunch of pens. These are all basically titanium, and then a few of them also have carbon fiber accents and whatnot. So, yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head which numbers are which, outside of I remember this one was number 1. Yeah, it's got that TwoSun logo like you've seen on like the TS24 knife. And yeah, there's the you basically yank that off. That's the cap for it there. And yeah, you can actually screw that into the back. This one in particular doesn't actually thread all that well. So yep, I've already done it. It's grabbed onto that. So yeah, this is the end cap here is what keeps the cartridge you know, pushed forward and everything. It's got the little ceramic tactical ball on there. Let's see, and then yeah, this uses the G2 cartridges, so pretty easy to replace all of that sort of stuff. I do have another one of these that I have not actually taken out of the packaging. I'm actually curious to see if that threads a little bit better on the back end here. But yeah, I'll leave it. I accidentally purchased 2 of these, not realizing that I had won an auction like a day or 2 before. So that's why I had the extra one sitting there. This one I do like. This one is quite different. Yeah, it's got some copper accents. We got the carbon fiber sort of stuff going on there. This one does not give you anywhere to really do the cap, so you just take it off, do whatever you got to do, and then put it back on there. Overall, I look at this thing and it really screams like bank pen from like the 90s. You know, like this would be chained to the desk or something like that. It just has that kind of aesthetic to me. I don't know. It's not too bad. The copper in the back here is a little heavy though, so you do kind of feel that kind of weighing you down, and especially with my longer hands, this thing doesn't reach out quite far enough to really fully rest on there the way that I do like a lot of pens to do. But it's really attractive. I really like that one. But yeah, you can also take that out. This one also uses the G2 cartridges. This guy has a click pen. This is from PioneerEDC, which I've only really seen them do pens here, and they've done a few, and I really do like their designs quite a bit. This one, yep, it's a little click pen. The interesting thing about this one is, yeah, you don't push it again to close it. You actually have the pocket clip on this guy has a little notch that fits in there to kind of close that. And some people hate that idea, and I think it's usually the people who want to replace a clip on a pocket knife, or not a pocket knife, but on the pen or something like that. The advantage to doing that sort of thing is it actually makes it fairly easy when you're putting the pen back in your shirt to try to release it if you do have the thing out there, so you avoid, you know, having ink on the bottom of your pocket or whatnot. But yeah, these guys are pretty nicely machined. The cartridge itself is a little different. You know, it is technically a standard, but not one I'm super familiar with. All right, next up. This one's relatively new for me. This is a bolt action. So, yeah. You pull it down and then forward like you're cocking an old Mosin-Nagant rifle or something like that. And that brings the that sort of thing out there. And then, yeah, you push it over to the side. Now, this one has a slow action to it. And it actually does have, I'm pretty sure it's petroleum jelly down on the bottom there to kind of add to the slower, smoother motion sort of thing. But yeah, I thought the mill work on that was pretty interesting. This is another PioneerEDC design. Okay, yeah, it's just the tip sort of thing. This one's using a Pilot G2 sort of a cartridge. I do appreciate that because they're readily available and they're pretty enjoyable to write with overall. Yeah, the pocket clip on this thing is actually interesting in that it's got this top cap that actually holds it in place. But taking that top cap off and then the pocket clip that reveals the inner workings of the bolt action there, which you probably don't want to mess with if you know, you don't really want to get yourself greasy or whatnot. Okay, so we got some itty bitty pens here now. So we'll start with kind of the larger of them. This one's got a glass breaker on it because, you know, pens should be tactical apparently. But yeah, you just open that guy up and screw them onto the end and you got a pretty decent little pen to go. This one's using that same kind of cartridge like this guy. So fairly small. This one did come with a split key ring on there because, yeah, they did intend for you to use this guy on your keys. Let's see. Next up, we got this guy. This one is another one that can't really do a whole lot with the cap, but you do have a hole in the cap if you did want to put one of those split ring key holder things on there. But yeah, this guy is fairly darn small. Just for a quick jot, if you will. But still manufactured pretty well, except for the fact that I apparently did something to the little bit of the O-ring there, but that's fine. All right, and then this one, which I thought was much larger when I purchased it. This thing is hilarious. It's very skeletonized, as you can see there. We got just a little tiny bit there. This also uses, you know, some weird non-standard kind of pen cartridge in there, which, yeah, it's not my favorite. But, yeah, very, very small and compact. And glass breaker because they want you to break glass with it. All right, here we go. Here's one. This one has a ceramic ball for your glass breaker there, so not super sharp. Makes it easier for, you know, not scratching something like your cell phone screen or something like that. But, yeah, you can pull that guy off and it should thread in the back. Yeah, there we go. No problem at all. This guy's kind of got a folded over wire kind of clip there, which you can remove, but, you know, it does take some effort to do, and it's probably for good reason because it takes a lot of effort to get it back on too. But yeah, I do like this guy quite a bit. It's fairly long, so it fully fits my hand for all of my terrible scribblings. Because, you know, most of my scribblings end up looking like this. So, yeah. I learned how to do handwriting in kindergarten, improved a little bit in first grade, and gave up after that. All right, yeah, here's another bolt action one. I really like this design. This is another PioneerEDC design here. You got some interesting millwork kind of going on here, and then a marbled carbon fiber shaft. And a little bit better action, I think, for the bolt action on this one. You know, a lot of these I haven't actually used yet, so they still have the plastic on top of there. That's certainly to help with shipping, so that you know, the pressure difference doesn't just squirt the ink out, so you can get a blue box and a pen that doesn't write. So yeah. And then this one does have a little glass breaker there, but it's fairly insubstantial. So, you know, this is basically like a very last-ditch effort rather than a tool sort of thing. But it will get the job done, I guess, if you did something like drove yourself into a lake. And yeah, this guy's got the G2 cartridge. Really well put together. I like that guy a lot. This one is relatively new. This is actually a Wong design. And it, to me, it really looks like a rocket ship, especially out of like the Fallout universe or something like that. So, you know, faux alternate universe 1950s kind of thing. And I thought I was really going to like this thing, and I really, really don't. Yeah, it doesn't thread or anything on the back here, so that's kind of out. But you do have a hole there if you want to put like a larger key ring on there or something like that. But yeah, this thing is just so incredibly small that it's just way too impractical for me to do much about. And yeah, then we can kind of open it up here, and you can see that this guy is just basically using a slightly modified Bic pen sort of thing that they've just kind of pushed the jelly further forward or made it half length or something like that. Yeah, it's not my favorite pen by a long shot, but still an interesting piece. All right, and then this is one of them that I've got that's been anodized. They've done a couple of different colors on this, but this is the green, so you know, fairly high up on the whole voltage scale for the old titanium anodization sort of stuff. Looks pretty nice. We got the glass breaker down there. We can pull that off, and it's got a little gasket on the inside there to slap the cap down on the top there. Yeah, it's pretty darn comfortable. The area that you're gripping onto, like a lot of them, just have these knurled millings, and yeah, they're very, very comfortable to do that with. Let's see, and then we can go a little bit further in to see that, yes, this uses a G2 insert. It is interesting, the different colors that they got from different voltages that's on the inside there. I like to look at it because I really like that color purple, but yeah, whatever. All right, this one looks like it's probably a Raihi design. You can definitely tell just kind of by looking at it. I mean, I don't have any other outlandish ones right next to me, but yeah, we got a little bit of that. There we go. And yeah, I mean, it's not too bad overall for that sort of thing. You can throw the cap over on the other side there, and yeah, it's not too bad comfortable wise. We don't really have any knurling kind of going on here, so it is a little slippery up front there. But if you wanted to, you know, choke back as I do from time to time, then that works out pretty well too. And this one has a ceramic ball for the pocket clip, like a couple of their knives do. So that's kind of neat and interesting. I haven't had it happen to me, but I have had a friend lose a ceramic ball on one of their pocket clips I think that was a TwoSun TS273. Now this one was the first bolt action one that I got. This is a straight up TwoSun design. And yeah, the bolt action on this is super good and fun to play with. Really nice strong spring. We got a little glass breaker in there that's pretty well integrated in there. The problem that I've ended up running into with this guy is sometimes when you're trying to deploy or whatnot, this is where this one separates, and it's really easy to do so. So if you're just playing around with it, or you actually go to do that, a lot of times you'll notice that it will look a little off, and it's because it kind of slightly came unscrewed, which that's a little bit of a bummer, but I mean, it still writes quite well, as long as you make sure that you hold it correctly. This has kind of the classic tri-point thing, like you would slide over an old pen or pencil or something like that. And yeah, pretty darn comfortable, all things considered. I do like that about it quite a bit. Alright, on the inside we could basically see it before, but yes, we have a G2 cartridge in there, so easy enough to replace. And yeah, then we got this guy here. This one is anodized a little bit. Yeah, it's another PioneerEDC. So yeah, this one's got blue and gold on it. And yeah, carbon fiber shaft on the inside of that for more accent sort of stuff. And then, yeah, this one doesn't screw on, but it does kind of set on. And it's got a little gasket in there. But doesn't hold on super crazy good. But I also don't like writing with it with the cap on either. But yeah, I do really find this one quite attractive. Nice milled, seemingly quite random holes kind of going on there. And the pocket clip works really nice. And that leads me to basically the first pen that I got, and that's this one, and it's a little bit different. For one, there we go, there it is closed, and it looks weird. It's got a little tiny glass breaker there at the end. On the end here is a little light. So yeah, you got white light, you got different light. It's technically low, but it actually is kind of a different shade as well. And you also got party mode. And I will go into that just a little bit here, but I'll go ahead and kind of go into the rest of it here. This one is basically the one I've been using the most. Yep, it's another PioneerEDC design. I do like the additional milling sort of thing there. You can already see basically on the inside there that this takes a G2 cartridge. We have just a little bit of an outscoop into the whole gripping area. And it's just really comfortable to use. And I do like the fact that it has the little light there on the end. It's not super bright, but it certainly helps out on a pinch. Better than, most of those crappy things you throw on your keychain or whatnot. So, the issue I end up having with this thing, and it's one that I had just kind of come across a little bit rather recently, and that's the batteries that they use in this thing. These batteries are, I don't even remember if these are labeled. These ones aren't. Shoot. They're not LH44s. They're smaller. And you cannot find to purchase these things anywhere. That's really frustrating. There is a fairly common battery. And crap, I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head. I want to say it's the 123A, but I'm probably wrong on that. But essentially, inside those batteries, if you peel them on open with, a pair of edge cutters or pliers or whatever else, then 6 of these fall out. And yeah, so I mean, knowing that, it's okay because I can get these batteries and fairly readily. But really annoying is the fact that these are just not marketed to the public, period. You can try and maybe some specialty battery places might, but basically anywhere that you end up searching for, you're not going to find a darn thing, or you're going to find something that refers to those are the bigger ones. There we go. Yeah, or a lot of them will be like, do you mean this? Which are the LR44s, which, no, they are not the same. I have these mostly for my calipers that use them. But, yeah, so that is a little annoying about it, but, yeah. It's pretty cool otherwise. It is kind of my favorite pen. That's what I've been kind of marking down all of my cuts and everything, because I don't really write much day to day. But yeah, those are the pens that I have. Like I said, there is another one coming to me. It's another click design, but I don't think that one's by PioneerEDC design. But yeah, it's taken a couple of months already on AliExpress, and I still don't have valid tracking information. So I'll wait and see if it gets here in another month or whatnot. But yeah, these are most of the ones that you'll end up seeing listed on eBay here and there and everywhere. And yeah, as I was saying with a lot of these, some are better than others as far as the actual comfortable and practical use go for them. I would personally probably suggest against this thing unless you really, really like the whole rocket ship or bomb kind of approach, or possibly a rifle cartridge or something. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, they do have quite a few good designs, and especially the ones that use the G2 cartridges are super fantastic, write really well, and are easily replaceable with the ink. And they're fairly affordable. I think a lot of these guys I've ended up getting between somewhere in the 20s and 30s. I don't think I've spent over 40 on any of them. So yeah, it's a nice sort of diversion from them, and something else that they've kind of come out with that I had a little bit of a fascination with. So there you go. That's all I really wanted to talk about was all these pens for all that, writing that us modern folks do. But, all right. As always, I appreciate y'all for watching. Have yourself a wonderful rest of your day, yo. Scrub a screw.